All right. The check-in. Dubbmaster Chris. Da, 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 da. Let's make sure that we pin that comment. Okay, guys. How exciting, how exciting, how exciting, everyone. Happy Music Monday. What a great Monday that we have. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the check-in. If you have not checked in with us before, the basis of the check-in is to check in with industry tastemakers who they put in the work, but maybe you don't know who they are, but they are the ones who are behind the scenes making things happen. So basically what we do on the check-in is show you the duality of what they're doing. That means that beyond dancehall, beyond what it is that you see, what do they do? We are on episode 5 already. Can you believe that? We have been going at this for about 3 months now. So we're super excited. Want to tell you guys, make sure that you have your pen and paper. So Dubbmaster Chris is going to drop some gems every week, every time that we have the check-in. Then there are gems for you. If you are an independent creative, that means if you're an artist, a producer, a writer, if you're an engineer, if you mix and master, then this particular episode is for you. Why is it for you? Because Dubbmaster Chris is the independent creative champion. He's on the radio. He's he's on Irie Jam 360, Irie Jam Radio, the Bridge 99 FM, and it is all about you who are creating music. So if you are someone who is independent, then guess what? He does play your music. He doesn't just play your music, but he also gives that constructive criticism. Maybe there's just a little something that you could do differently within your music. And so when Dubbmaster Chris plays this music, hey, Remy Martin, when Dubbmaster plays your music on, during the time when he's playing, independent music, then he highlights it. He says who this person is, where they're from. He puts some love into it. He doesn't just, play it and then say like, okay, well, here you guys go. No, that's not what he does at all. And so that is why today is just so incredibly, it's incredibly special, because we get to talk to him. We get to say, so what have you done? What are you doing? Look, my head disappeared there. And so that's why I am just so excited to speak with him on today. And you guys should be excited also. He will be here shortly. Of course, he's there at Irie Jam Studios, and so we're gonna wait for him. But I just wanted to come on, make sure that everybody is here. Make sure you guys have your pen and paper. Well, hey, Whips in Jamaica. Make sure that you guys are tuned in so that you can catch these gems for him. So basically, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of his bio. So Dubbmaster Chris, Christopher McDonald is actually his name. He actually cut his teeth as a radio DJ here in New York. He did. And from the 90s. So he did not just get here. He has been bringing you this wonderful music from the 90s. Can you imagine that? So, of course, he's currently on Irie Jam Radio and all of its cousins and sister stations. But he started off when he was at 98.7 Kiss FM in Detroit. Can you imagine that? Yes, that is where he started, and because of his knowledge in reggae and dancehall music, then of course he was the right person to host a show on that channel. Again, 98.7 Kiss FM, that was in Detroit. And at that time in the 90s, it was just Kiss FM and Hot 97 who were playing the reggae dancehall music. It was just those two stations in New York. So for Dubbmaster Chris to be able to be there, honey, remember I asked you to be, did I ask you to be quiet? Yes, thank you. Sorry, my granddaughter. Um, so they were the only two stations at the time when he was on radio. And so, again, playing the music, giving you a little history behind the music, this is what he was doing at the time. And that's why it was so important for him to be on those stations, right? But, he didn't start in New York. He actually started in Jamaica, in Kingston. He started in Kingston, WNWK 105.9 FM, and that's where he came across Clinton Lindsay. Of course, we all know Mr. Clinton Lindsay, who's Foundation Radio, right? This is where Dubbmaster Chris, he met him, and we could just say the rest is history there with their relationship. And so for him to go from radio in Kingston, Jamaica, to bring that over to New York. So for those of you who were listening in New York, you got to hear real, authentic dancehall brought to you by Dubbmaster Chris. Can you imagine that? Fresh from Jamaica. That is what you were able to experience in New York on the radio. Isn't that awesome? Okay. And so some of his playlists that he did was Supercat, Shabba, Beanie, Buju, Bounty, Terror Fabulous, Edie Kamosi, and Matt Cobra. So he wasn't doing like the safe reggae dancehall. That's not what he was doing. He was giving you the hardcore dancehall. He was educating you on the authentic, the foundation of dancehall from Jamaica. That's what he brought to the airwaves in New York when he started in New York. Can you imagine that? Because, right now, you hear some of the music melody, go to your room and stay in your room. That is some of, waiting on the babysitters, guys, I do apologize. She's 2. But that is what he brought to New York radio. And right now, originality, Remy, originality, that is what you got with Dubbmaster Chris. Absolutely. And culture, thank you. Excellent word. He brought the culture of reggae dancehall music to New York radio, again, coming straight from Kingston, radio in Kingston. So now, we 1 and 2 tune, you might hear of the authentic reggae dancehall music. Currently, here in 2021, you'll hear a lot of remixes and you'll hear a lot of features with our artists on some of the pop and hip hop, urban contemporary music. But he brought what was authentic, and that's why we salute him, and that's why he's lasted so long. And because he's, worked so hard, then he knows what it's like for you. And that's why as an independent, he does highlight you. He does highlight your talent, and he's here for you. Now, one of the things, hey, Romy Icon, do you see that my producer is here in the building? Yes, yes, yes. So that's why it's important. So one of the things that we did here at British Linkz is that we gave you the blueprint for how to prepare your radio ready package, because quite often you don't know how to submit your music for radio. And you're like, okay, she said all of this about Dubbmaster Chris and he won't play my music. Well, if you look at the promo that we did for this particular episode, we did give you a blueprint. We gave you a template that basically said, how do you submit your music for radio? How do you submit it? You want to make sure that you have high resolution image. You want to make sure that you have radio edited, clean music. When we say radio edit, that's the clean version of your songs that you've edited, or it's the alternative version to your raw lyrics. So it's important when you're in the studio to do something that's clean. That's what's going to get on the radio. You have to understand that they are, licensed stations, and that they can get fines and fees if they play anything that's, that is not radio friendly. That's why it's important to have that. It's good to have your bio. If you have a press release, if you have any media that is attached to your music, that's awesome, because they want to be able to, as DJs, radio personnel, they want to be able to introduce your music properly. And that is why when you submit your music for the radio, you want to have all of these things in there. And why it's important to have a high resolution picture is because quite often they do promo for you. And so they want to be able to post it up. They want to be able to post it up, and they'll post it different places. And when it's high resolution, the resolution doesn't cut down and it looks very clean and very neat. Yes. So that is why that is important. That's why that's important to have that in your package. So if you've ever felt like, why am I not getting radio play? Maybe you just did not prepare it properly. But again, here at British Linkz, we did provide a template and a, here he is. Hey, Dubbmaster Chris in the building. Yes, all of those things are together so that Dubbmaster can provide it for you. Dubbmaster Chris in the building. Hey.
Greetings and salutations, Genie. What's going on?
Hey.
What's happening?
It is. Hey, you know what? I was just, just gave some background on Dubbmaster Chris and just telling them how, how to prepare their radio ready package. We're not going to talk about that right now because we want to focus on you. But I was just telling them that because, hey, Shiny Culture, because Dubbmaster Chris does play music from independence, but when you don't have your things together, he doesn't have time to get it ready for you. So I was just saying that, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Right.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Hey, Dubbmaster.
Hey, Genie.
Hey. So,
all right, so what do you want to talk about? Big and serious. What do you really want? What do you really want to talk about?
What do I really want? I want them to understand that they see you on the radio and they think that you just one day, you just got on the radio and said, this is what I'm going to do. But they don't understand that, no, this man came from Jamaican radio. He was on radio in Jamaica and worked there. And then when you got to New York, then you were on, so you brought us, this is what I was telling them, you brought us the real culture, the authentic culture of reggae dancehall music, live and direct. Tell us about Kingston.
I see your little superstar is trying to get in on the show.
Go use the potty. Waiting on the babysitter.
Yes,
tell us about Jamaica. Tell us about Jamaican radio. Yes.
Well, first of all, I when I first started out in radio, Jamaica, I was still very young in the business. I was party DJ first. So I was DJing parties. And I didn't really establish a radio career in Jamaica, but I was dabbling here and there. I knew a few people in the business. A lot of people who know me from back then would know me more for party style music, a lot of dance music, some disco, some, house music and all of that. Right. And the reggae music was always a part of what I did, but it became more prominent when I got to New York and I saw the landscape on radio in New York, and I had to get involved only because I was coming from Jamaica. Jamaica was the foundation, as you already know. It's the foundation of my musical career. I started playing music professionally in Jamaica, and like I said, did not really break out in radio, but I was hotting up the party scene in Jamaica.
But you weren't known as Dubbmaster Chris when you were playing.
No. Back then I started out a little sound system called Kiss Disco.
Kiss Disco, okay.
Kiss Disco, which some people will tell you was kind of affiliated to the Crystal Disco.
Okay.
And a lot of people know Crystal Disco was very popular as a party sound system with the mix master Al at the controls. He used to play at Teen Jam, which was a big thing in Jamaica back in the days, playing in Club Tropics every single Saturday. And it was a teen party. A lot of, high school students got together and they just bugged out and they were doing all of the dances that were popular back then. And truth be told,
Wait, were you dancing too?
no, no. However, let me just state for the record, any DJ who can dance is a worthless DJ. because that's where it starts. Your love for the music starts with dancing. Now, I would never say I'm a dancer, but yes, I do dance.
You can do like a 1-2 step. Like a
little two-step, and every now and then, back in those days, and a little pop lock would pop out, and you know what I mean. I said, yo, what happened? Where did that come from? I don't know. Yo, all that dropping. You know what I mean? So yeah, dancing is got to be a part of it because that's the first expression of showing love for the music, and then of course, just being drawn to the creative side and get more into the music. And my love now took me to DJing and actually spinning records. And so coming to New York City in the 80s, I had no choice. I don't know what happened. The music found me. What can I tell you?
So something that I think a lot of people don't really realize if they haven't gone to Jamaica and been like, in the urban area instead of like going to the tourist area is how much American music is played in Jamaica. Because you said that you were playing disco and techno and house music and stuff. That's what's playing down there.
Big time.
Yes.
People who live in Jamaica, they know and they'll tell you. But people, especially a lot of Jamaicans who live outside of Jamaica, they didn't really understand the process. The process was a slow process. Reggae music and dancehall music, of course. And, again, we should not try to separate. Dancehall is reggae. Let me say that again. Dancehall music is reggae music.
That's my nephew.
The music is reggae. We go to the dance hall and enjoy the reggae music. Right? I tell you that. I've been reminded of that. I was reminded of that by the one and only superstar, Super Cat.
Yes, Don Dada.
Yeah, Super Cat said, don't get it twisted. Don't mix up the thing. You know? So it was, sorry, I got that call. So what it is was in Jamaica, and Jamaicans, we love to party. Primarily, a lot of parties, a large percentage, and I know some people are gonna dispute it, but a large percentage of the parties that used to happen in Jamaica, the music that was presented was primarily American music.
Yes. Madonna, all of that.
Yes.
Like a virgin. Yes.
Yes. Exactly. So dance music, what some people now describe as EDM, and pop music, American pop, was a big part of Jamaica's culture.
Yes.
And likewise, country and western was also a big part.
Kenny Rogers. What you said? Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton.
Exactly. Was a big part of Jamaican the entertainment space. You can't deny it. Now, reggae was always a driving force. It's the heartbeat of the people. It's the voice of the people.
Right.
And it was always there. And it has always been progressing and changing. However, American music was a big part of our entertainment. All right. So I know some people out there are going to try to, they're going to try to dispute that and argue that.
There's no dispute.
That's just a fact. I remember, and let me ask you this, Genie. And I know you have a lot of people on here, right? But a lot of people don't even understand where the shift came.
Where did
Wow.
the shift come? Where did the shift kick in, Brenton? Please.
You're super,
Sorry.
you're superstar. It's okay. All right, we understand.
My 2-year-old granddaughter, guys, that's the glam baby. And I'm giving someone else my attention, so that's
Okay.
why she's popped
Right,
up. But
right,
anyway,
right.
so tell me, so you were saying, so tell me, when you said the influence, how it,
Yeah, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, I think the beginning of the shift came when the computer entered the landscape.
Okay.
I will say this. I was still in Jamaica, and a particular record came out and changed the whole vibe and the energy, because up until that point, and if my memory serves me correctly, right, this was about 1984
Okay.
or 84. Record was by Bloodfire Posse.
Okay.
Okay. The
Blood Fire
record,
Posse.
Bloodfire Posse.
Okay.
That group was like a cutting edge group. They were, very much into the technology, and they were using synthesizers and stuff like that. The song, Rubber Dub Soldier.
Okay. See, and I don't know
I'm
that
just a
song.
rubber dub soldier fighting to keep the rockers alive. Because up until then, everything was at a certain pace and a certain BPM. Things were laid back, and they kind of took the energy level up a couple notches.
Right, right.
So the youth at the time were like, yo, this thing has a totally different energy.
Right, right.
We're like, yo, hold on. Nah, man. We like this more upbeat, slightly more up-tempo energy coming out of the music. Rubber Dub Soldier was one of those songs, and I could tell you, because I was there as a DJ, as a selector in Jamaica, that record also, not only did it bring a new energy to the dance hall and the dance space where people were going out to party, that record also, in my opinion, was responsible in starting to bring the people together on a different level, because this was reggae music is basically considered in Jamaica. It's a downtown music. It's a ghetto music.
Yes, ghetto. You're right.
Yeah, it's a garrison music.
Yes. So wait a minute. So
hold on. So that record,
okay. Yes.
when that record dropped,
yes,
what started to happen, because of this new fresh sound and energy, a lot of the uptown kids and the uptown people now was like, hey,
what's
yeah,
this?
so we like the sound of this thing. That record started to bring, with the technology and the energy, it started to bring the uptown people and the downtown people together.
So now
Just
you want to part. Now this
for the
is your
record. Yeah.
space.
So we started to see more and more of that happening, the merging of both worlds. And uptown people, downtown people starting to party together. We vibing on the same music. So that was definitely the beginning of that melting down. And it was a beautiful thing.
Fire Posse.
Blood
Fire
Fire Posse.
Okay.
Rubber Dub Soldier. And there was a DJ. If you go to YouTube and you check out the video, right? There was a DJ who at the time, he was top DJ in Jamaica. His name was Squeeze. And Squeeze.
Is that our Squeeze?
No.
Okay,
First of all, I don't know who you refer to as our. Me don't know
Well,
who you
like the one from New York, the one that's in New York.
Okay. No. The
Okay.
one from New York, he's a talker.
Okay.
Right? The original Squeeze from the original, he became popular playing the Peacemaker disco, and he went on to do a lot of other stints, Mela Canary, Sky Disco. He also started radio, had a radio station, and that Squeeze is an institution,
Okay.
a pillar of the music and the party scene and the entertainment scene in Jamaica. He also right now has a online radio station which I play on occasionally. It's called Fet Days iRadio.
Spell that for me. F-E.
Fet Days. FETEDAYZ or Z, and then iRadio, IRADIO. And
Okay.
it's basically a retro station.
Okay.
And they play a lot of retro from all genres. So the original Squeeze from Peacemaker Disco at the time, if you check out the music video, you'll hear and I'll say it, Squeeze, I'm a brethren, but I'll say it. He had a corny little scratch segment on the record, and he was wooka, 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 wooka. I was like, Squeeze, come on, man, that's whack. However, at the time, it was brand new, cutting edge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Brand new cutting edge, and that record worked. And then Bloodfire Posse ripped up Jamaica again with the follow-up single to that, which was Every Posse Get Flat. So I'm just saying a little bit of the history. The music,
we are really enjoying this. Seriously.
the music is reggae music. Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
That's the music of the people, and it has transformed, and rightfully so. So Genie,
yes,
the artists of now, the artists of today, they need to first and foremost do some research.
Do some research.
Understand where this thing is, as them say, can't say coming. Yeah, but I'm saying, understand where it's coming from.
Right.
Understand where it's forward from, so that you can have a little better understanding. And clearly, if you understand the history, you won't make the same kinds of mistakes in this present day. You know what I mean? Let us elevate this thing. And that's what I'm all about.
It was just going on in Jamaica, and then you came to the States.
Yeah.
And so then if you were doing parties then how did you get into radio in New York?
All right, put it this way.
We want to know.
Yeah. And I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. Leaving Jamaica, used to the sound of Jamaican radio, and when I got to New York, I'm not gonna lie, I was highly disappointed.
Yeah.
It was the level of radio that I heard here was nowhere near.
Just like Bob Marley, right? Maybe just Bob Marley or so?
No, not just Bob, but I mean the presentation of it, the radio that I heard here, it just did not come close. I mean, Jamaican radio has always been professional and presented in a professional manner, and you have actual radio hosts who are, very serious and professional in how they present their music as a professional radio personality. When I got here, I heard a few voices that, I could tell that, they had a passion, but the platform was nowhere near professional. And as a spectator, as a listener, I came here to New York mid 80s, and I was like, nah, man, I can't sit
Can't
by.
do it. I can't do it.
I can't sit on the sidelines.
So were
So
there Caribbean presenters, or were there American presenters that were on the reggae radio stations at that time?
no, the biggest radio personality as far as Jamaican music was concerned, Caribbean music, was the one and only, the legendary, rest in peace, the Gil Bailey.
Gil Belly, okay.
Yeah. So Gil Bailey was the man when I got here in 1985. All right. Then you have my mentor,
Clinton Lindsay.
Clinton Lindsay,
Yes.
right? And quite a few others. You had Donald Laws and Clive Hudson and quite a few others. They were basically on WNWK. And I came to New York and I heard those guys doing their thing. However, like I said, it just was not up to what I was used to hearing in Jamaica. So I'm like, no. I got to get involved and, try to, do what I can to raise the bar. And after reaching out to a few radio personalities, I had set up a meeting with Clinton Lindsay, and he was the only one that was even open and receptive to my idea of we can make this thing better.
So he saw what you saw, though. That's what that.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the whole thing. And Clinton was like, listen, I like the idea, I like the concept, and he's like, let's start it. Let's do it. And as a matter of fact, so my brethren that I was playing music with at the time, his name is Leon Johnson.
Okay.
At the time, he was attending Baruch College. I was attending Brooklyn College. I was living in the first place I lived in New York City when I touched down in Jamaica, from Jamaica, was Brooklyn, a place called Vanderveer.
Okay.
And a lot of people say Vanderveer, rude boy town.
Okay.
However, when I was in Jamaica, like I told you, my sound system was the Kiss Disco, and I was also affiliated with, and one of my musical turntable mentors is Al from Crystal Disco.
Okay.
Record store that I spent a lot of my time and a lot of my money, Derek Harriet Record Store in Twin Gates, in the plazas, in Kingston. Big up to Derek Harriet every time. I learned so much in that record store. So two of my musical turntable mentors, Al from Crystal Disco and Senor Daly from the Classique.
Okay, Classique.
Now, the whole time I was playing my sound system in Jamaica, Kiss Disco, I was known as either DJ Cool Chris or the Whiz Kid.
Okay.
Young names, and it was like, yeah, okay, whatever. When I got to New York, I didn't even think about a name, as far as, because I was just getting started. But meeting with Clinton Lindsay, the name Dubbmaster was born right there in Clinton Lindsay's office.
Right, Cool Chris, right.
Midtown Manhattan. And, myself and Leon were sitting there and we're pitching this idea and, what we're thinking needs to happen to elevate this music and elevate the radio in New York City. And he's like, okay, well, I like the idea, I like the concept, but, so what's the name? I look at Leon look at me. Damn, we didn't really, we need a name. I'm Chrissy's Leon. Clinton's like, no, man, but what's the name? Now, we had played around and we had talked about the name a while back. just Dubbmaster. And yes, we've heard that, you know, there have been sound systems in the past by the same name. However, we now were the Dubbmasters with an S. Simple. The Dubbmasters, right? So right then and there, Clinton was like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm like, okay, Clinton, you sure? Yeah, man, let's go with that. I like how that sounds, Dubbmasters. All right. And that's where that name was born. And then it started out as Dubbmaster Chris and Dubbmaster Leon. So we're both the Dubbmasters, and that's how we started. So it was just simply a love for the music, of course, the culture of the music and the people, that is Jamaica, and that is reggae music. So just fighting to try to elevate that, that's how I got drawn in. It was never my long-term plan. And I don't know, this is so many years later and I'm still here.
You're still
Somebody
here.
help me. Somebody save me.
But listen though, so how were people were tuning into the radio, and you've got, you know, a new thing happening. Did you see them? Did you see the shift in that people were like, no, this is what I really wanted to hear. Thank you, Mix-a-Lot. This is what I really needed to hear on the radio, and that they were more receptive to it. Did you feel that energy or see that people had been waiting for that?
All right, well, we got a lot of great response. Yes, a lot of positive response.
Okay.
I mean, I know a lot of people who have been in New York for many years and have been listening to, you know, Jamaican radio, Caribbean radio from Gil Bailey and Clinton Lindsay and all of that. A lot of people will not necessarily remember, but I was the first to do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Musically on New York.
We want to hear it. Tell us. We want to hear it.
I mean, first of all, like I said, just elevating what was happening. I was the first, to my knowledge, right? And I mean, I obviously I can't know and hear and see everything, but to my knowledge, I didn't hear DJs on the radio in New York mixing music back in those days.
So they would just like push play and then here comes the next one.
Yeah, you play a song.
Oh, wow.
Because you, like I said, you had radio personalities like a Gil Bailey, like a Clinton Lindsay. They would introduce a record, the record would play, and then, you know, they might introduce the next one, or they just simply start the next one. So actually, so actually, wow.
She wanted to tell me that I'm free. I'm so sorry.
Nice. I like that. It's a politician. Knows how to nice you up, sweet you up, put a smile on your face. Yeah. But yeah, so what it basically came down to, I never heard anybody.
You didn't hear the mixing
music. No, back then, no. And then that was 85. And then song that, okay, hold on.
Yeah, I think you got a phone call or something?
Yeah, another phone call, sorry. All right, so what?
Calling him, it's ours.
Hey, what can I tell you? 85.
Where's my tablet?
One rhythm drop that changed the whole vibe completely.
Okay.
After that, it was different. Energy up, vibes up, tempo up. Rhythm was called Slang Tang Rhythm.
Yes, Noel Davy.
Fully all computerized. Gotta say big respect to the late Wayne Smith. Gotta say big ups to King Jammy's
Yes.
every time
Yes.
when that rhythm dropped, the whole business just flipped upside down. And that computer energy, that
Yes.
computer vibe
Yes.
changed everything. I mean, it
Yes.
changed all other genres of music too, but that brought dancehall now to a whole different level
Yes.
because now the youth had a sound to grab onto. So, like I said, the younger artists in the business and the younger listeners and the people who love dancehall music, please go back and check the history.
So you
And
so you brought and so we were partying on the radio when Dubbmaster Chris came on there.
oh yeah. So and at first, to tell you the truth, and to tell you the truth, at first, Clinton Lindsay was nervous about it. He
Okay.
was like, well, I don't know,
Right.
but let's try it out. I said, Clinton, when we're in the parties and the dance, nobody don't want to stop and wait for the next record to come out.
Right.
Okay. Now, you look so surprised, Genie, right? Because you can't imagine that there was a time when you go into a dance, one record play, and then you hear the toaster come on. Right about now, that was the voice of the one called, and now in comes the next one. I mean, the DJs and selectors, they still talk too much, in my opinion, now.
Don't get me
But
started.
that's a different conversation.
Right.
But I'm just saying though. I'm just saying though, right? But that was the beginning of the transition.
Okay.
Just like I'll tell you, when I was leaving Jamaica,
yes,
nobody was mixing music like that at the time. It was just coming in.
mm-hmm.
It was just starting to happen. So you had a few pioneers. And again, to say who was the actual first, hard to say. I know I was one of the first. Most
that mixed on
definitely.
the radio. Well, we thank you for that because I cannot imagine sitting there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No, when I cut on the radio, I want to hear a party. I want to, move when I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, or having conversations, have friends over and stuff. I can't imagine sitting there, one song. I couldn't imagine that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and that was the thing. The business needed that.
Yes.
And the youth at the time, again, they needed that too, because it was a different pace and they needed to pick up that pace. And as a result of the computers coming in and the energy changing, the tempo also changed. So the music became a lot faster gradually.
Yes.
So the BPM speed started to go up. First, it was, common in the
Studio
80s.
One, stuff like that, where it was just...
Yeah, in the 80s, BPM of a lot of the popular songs was, like 84, 85, 86, 87. Mm-hmm. When the computer came in, if you notice, the record started to go faster and it got to 90. And in the early days, 90, whoa, that's like, yo, man, no, it's too fast. Some of the old timers, some of the older dudes are like, no, man, what you trying to do to the music? All right, old man, relax.
Right.
So we went 92, 95, and it was just a natural progression.
Yes.
And then, Genie, you have people nowadays, music that's being made now, and it's reggae dancehall, and it's at 100 BPMs or 105, and God forbid it goes even faster, 110, 118, 120. People tell, no man, that's not reggae music.
Yeah,
that's not reggae.
That's a good one. Yeah, but it's the fusions now, fusing other pieces and parts and taking from here and there and fusing them together is what we're getting now. But it's still there, though. The essence is still there.
Yeah, and my problem now, right?
Hmm.
The essence is still there. My problem, and I know some people are gonna say, "Well, Dubmaster, you know, so the older dudes think." I want to hear the current reggae
Hmm.
slash dancehall keep some of those elements that
Okay.
when you hear it, you know
You know.
without a shadow of a doubt are Jamaican music.
Yes.
So I'm not knocking the fusion and music, just like everything else, is gonna change and it's gonna, evolve. Have no problem with that. But let's keep it still, find a way to keep it authentic
Okay.
and sound like and feel like Jamaica. I know it's not gonna be, accepted by a lot of people. And I know, yeah, I got the gray hairs to show. Yeah. I've been around for a minute and I got no problem with that. And I'm simply saying, let's be realistic now. Youth and youth and youth, let's be realistic. Let's talk about, and my friend Romy Icon,
Yeah, you know what
British
I'm
Link,
saying? I'm like, oh, what is
he and
telling me?
Genie, he and I argue about the analytics all the time. Let me tell you again, nobody can trick me in a music. I never took a day off. I never took a week off. I never took a month off, a year off from this music. It runs through my veins. This is what I do. And I do a lot of things in music that people don't know about. I don't care to discuss. What I'm going to say to you is, keep the thing Jamaican. Don't sell out the thing, don't water down the thing. And if you want to talk about analytics, we can talk about analytics. And guess what? A lot of the music of today is not working.
Dubbmaster
Genie,
Chris.
don't get me started, Genie. Don't get me started.
Wait,
A
let me
lot
get my
of the
notes right
music
quick. Let
of
me see.
today, it is not hitting. Let
You
me
know
say
what?
it again. It
But
not hit.
but you know what has happened is that they are digging into the original rhythms and reworking those is what I'm
Okay,
seeing.
and that's fine. Here's what I'm saying. Make it how it used to be. Jamaica had a feel and a vibe and a swag and a sound and a look that the whole world would come to us and
Yeah.
say, yo, what are these Jamaican dudes doing?
Yeah.
We just saw Versus the other day, right?
Yes.
Big up
Yes.
Swiss Beats, big up Swiss Beats, Bronx Youth, recognizing the greatness of this music and the culture.
Yes.
Big up his wife, Alicia Keys. She is
Yes.
tapped into it also on occasion. But we saw Swiss Beats do a birthday party. So it wasn't
Yes.
planned.
Yes.
It was a surprise party. He didn't know nothing about it. Right?
Yep.
You see some reggae dance in the building.
Yes. Let's write this
Super
word.
Cat. And Cat was like blazing it like it was 1985.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
dealing with wicked.
that was, and then for him to bring the to take that, and then what we got before the the Saturday before KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, I was in heaven. I have to tell you, I'm disappointed there were not any women on that ticket, whether it's veteran or new. I'm very disappointed in that. But
Okay.
I do appreciate what he did. I do appreciate that he did have Super Cat as the headliner, because right now you may not remember Super Cat from when he did the collaborations in the American genres. You might not remember
Right.
that, but to see him now and to see Barclays Center going crazy over this man that
Right.
maybe they just met, and to have the sound clash element to it, I would have liked to see, explain what sound clash is as it relates to having the two selectors going against each other.
Right,
I just
right,
wanted to
right.
have a little bit more explanation on
Yeah,
that.
explanation.
But I
Yeah.
do appreciate that he brought the elders and the youth together on that stage, and that was enough for me. I was going
Exactly.
crazy watching
Exactly.
it. It was awesome. It was original.
Exactly.
This is when you had the DJs mixing. Come on, you can't. At the Barclays Center, before 5 million people, televised on websites everywhere. I loved it. Absolutely.
And that's what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
when I'm saying keep it Jamaican, when you hear Super Cat say rhythm, and you hear answer rhythm,
Yeah.
and you hear that bass line,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in the world, you know that thing where you're just here, that hit every cell in your body, because that's the energy of reggae music. When reggae music plays, you feel it. You hear it, but you don't just hear it. You feel it. It's a vibe. It's a feeling. So why are so many of our artists today so willing to water it down? Don't water it down. And yet,
Chris,
people like me who've been around and remember the glory days, when Super Cat was in his heyday, Shabba Ranks was in his heyday, one of the greatest entertainers, Tiger, was in his heyday. Nothing has come close to equaling that energy. No hip-hop artist has ever done that. And you know who's come the closest? And I know nobody wants to talk about it, but Dubbmaster was just kind of unruly like that. Who's come the closest to bring that kind of energy and that euphoria to a stage show? Busta Rhymes. You feel that. Cannot have the conversation.
But that's not, I wouldn't consider him a reggae artist, though. No.
I'm not saying reggae artist. I'm saying other than what we, the reggae artists, do like that, 1, 2, 3, simple ABC every day. That's what I'm saying. That energy is unmatched. It's unrivaled. And the closest thing that has come to it is an artist like a Busta, who is still a yardie. And I'm convinced the next most powerful energy that I've seen on stage, DMX, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And I guarantee you, I'm still doing my research on DMX. His first name was Earl, right?
Oh, yeah. He's Jamaican.
I guarantee you. Somewhere along the line, DMX, even though DMX them kind of diss reggae and dancehall still. Yeah, he did. But
listen, wait, don't move. Okay, everyone. I do have to restart. Don't move, Dubbmaster. Don't move. I do have to restart, everybody, just so I can save this footage. We are gonna, you guys, come right back. So it's gonna go blank for a second, and then it's gonna come back. You guys got it? So right back, because we're doing great here. So stay right here. So we're gonna this is the second half with Dubbmaster Chris, and I didn't want to cut it off and only get to talking about him because of course he was just giving us just so much history. I hope that you guys did take notes. I hope you take notes. I hope that you're gonna watch it again so that you can hear what he said as it relates to the history of radio, starting from Jamaica as a DJ, and hyping up parties, and then coming here and mixing on the radio, which is not something that they were doing. So I hope you guys heard that, and now he's speaking passionately about how music nowadays is just not holding on to the essence of what is reggae dancehall music. And of course, Romy Icon, who is poking the bear. I think we're gonna probably kick him out, but anyway, all I can do right now is just sit and listen, because that is what we're here for. That is what we come here for, to get some lessons and see, you know, when we check in twice a month, we're checking in because we want to know your history. We want we want to know your history. We want to know, you know, how difficult it was for you in this industry when you were starting, and you know, being a trendsetter and doing things differently than the way that it was, and putting in that work, you know. And this is Dubbmaster Chris, you guys, and I'm telling you, you have to listen to these things so that you could know, if you say that you want to be a part of this industry, you need to listen to these things so that you can understand the hard work that has been put in to lay this foundation, and what it takes to have staying power in this industry. And that is what Dubbmaster Chris is doing. You have to do things different. You can't just stick your toe in the pool. You have to jump all the way into the deep end, you know, and just tread water. Fight your way to the top and just tread water. So when he's talking about playing music from 1984, we're in 2021, and look at what he's doing now. And I just want to tell you guys again that we have given you guys a blueprint, a template on how to prepare your packages for radio. That is what, you know, that we're doing here. So I hope that you all are listening. Hold on, I'm gonna try and pull him in here. No, I want to bring him in. Oh, this one. All of a sudden, I don't know what I'm doing.
Baby's not
Dubbmaster?
hungry.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's not hungry.
I know, I gave you cake and I gave you milk. You want to see that?
No, I'm still away.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, I am, and we were, you know, discussing making sure the music is authentic, but so we know you, a lot of us have gotten to know you from Irie Jam and the Irie Jam companies, you know, and now the Bridge 99 FM, when you do the crossover and things of that nature. So how did you end up with Irie Jam after doing radio and just, you know, making strides, and just how'd you end up with Irie Jam?
Well, long story short, basically, I was doing 105.9 FM with Clinton Lindsay as the host. So, you know, my intention, Genie, I was never, ever, ever intending to be a radio personality. That was never part of my plan, right? I was a DJ.
Okay.
My love and my passion is the music. Let's present the music in the best way possible.
That
was my big plan. So when I started out with Clinton Lindsay, I was never, you know, the mouthpiece.
Right.
Clinton Lindsay used to trick me. Back in the days, I was going to college. I lived in Brooklyn. He lived in the Bronx. The station was in Manhattan, 105.9 FM, WNWK, same station with Gil Bingley and Clyde Hudson and Donald Laws and all these other guys. And just for the record, this is back in the days, I'm a teenager, I'm going to college. My plan was leave Jamaica, come to the States, get my degree, and go straight back on my yard of Jamaica. That was the plan. However,
that didn't happen.
However, all right, so, you know, I'm going to college. Got involved with Clinton, and Clinton was like, okay, come and, you know, let's work this thing out. So what used to happen, Clinton Lindsay used to say to me, Dubbmaster, all right, Chris, here we're going. I can't do the show tonight. Show was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Clinton, what you mean? Now remember, this was not the days of everybody has a cell phone.
Right.
So I'm in my house, in my apartment in Brooklyn. Yes, Clinton. So what you say? You can't do the show? All right, so Chris, here's what you need to do now. You need to drive to my house, pick up the program schedule, pick up some music, pick up the commercials from me, and you do the show.
He set you up.
Yeah, exactly.
He set you up.
Mr. Clinton Lindsay, what are you talking about? I don't do that. I play music. Clinton was like, no, but I'm not feeling well. He was lying, but I didn't know at the time. And
he set you
was
up.
like, Chris, you need to do the show. Just come pick up the commercials and the music and stuff, and you just follow my instructions.
Right.
Okay, Clinton. So I drive from Brooklyn. I had a little.
To the Bronx.
No, I was driving my pops. Just come off foreign, so my pops had a little old hoopty. Drive to the Bronx, pick up the commercials and the logs and stuff. Drive back to the city station. The program goes on at 3 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the morning. I do the 2-hour show. So I have to be doing everything, commercials and reading flyers and playing the music and all of that. While Clinton is comfortably sitting at home listening.
Chilling.
And laughing at me.
Absolutely.
Right? So I leave the station 5 o'clock in the morning, return the commercials and the music and everything back to Clinton in the Bronx. And I'm lucky if I get back to my house in Brooklyn by maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
You have a question here. They want to know, were you nervous? Were you nervous?
Was I nervous going on air?
Mix-a-Lot said, were you nervous?
No, to tell you the honest truth, that's not my personality. My personality, I don't really get nervous, right? Some people say because I'm a Sag, I don't know if it's a Sagittarius thing. I don't know.
Fearless.
Some of my Rasta friend them would say, no, man, it's an Asha thing. I don't know. All I'm saying is, big up to all the people who remember those days. Because, yes, I was green and I was learning, but it was not what I intended to do. But I guess it was a part of the journey. And Clinton Lindsay basically said to me, Chris, from what I hear, and, he was just trying to find a way to encourage me to go in that direction, to actually think about being a host, because I would never have thought about it any other way. So, he kind of pushed me in that direction. So big up to Mr. Clinton Lindsay, anywhere he happens to be right about now. As a matter of fact, he's celebrating 45 years in the business.
45. Amen. Happy anniversary to him. So my question is, because one of the things for me that I absolutely love, and I speak on it so much, is that you play music from independents, people that we meet through listening to your show, and music we maybe never heard of and stuff. Why do you do that? Why have you decided, let me take a chance on these persons and play their music, even as far as allowing Father Cool Chris, seriously, even allowing some to come and receive interviews and everything? Why do you do that? Why not just play top 10 or what's popular?
Here's the thing. Here's one of the things about that, right? People need to understand. And as I told you, Genie, for example, speaking for I never got into the music business to make money.
Okay.
It was not about making money. It was never about making me popular or anything like that. I play music. I love the music and I love the culture, and I'm trying to get it to a point where, and I know I'm just one man, and some people might look at it as, oh, he thinks, he can make such a difference. But my thing is this.
Make a difference.
I know, and I can prove that I've made a difference. And it starts with one person. Any idea, concept, can start with one person, and one person can definitely make a difference. One thing that some of my friends, they cuss me for, them say, Chris, you do not talk about your accomplishments or your accolades as much as you should. And again, that's just me. But to answer your question, I am here for the betterment of the music and the culture. You see, Jamaican people, we are a special people with a special energy and a special vibe, and we bring something special to the landscape of this planet that no other people can bring.
True.
So
True.
I take that seriously.
Yep.
So in my effort now to push the music where I think it needs to be, you have to push the new music, the new voices, the new talents, and hopefully guide them to where they need to be. So it can better everybody.
Yes. And it does make a difference. One of the things that I was saying, we had put up a template, a blueprint of how to prepare your radio ready package so that you can submit it to radio and things. And so we said have high resolution image. You want to make sure that you have the clean version to your songs. You want to make sure that you have if you have any press release or any type of media with it, if you have your EPK, if you have the lyrics, then I said to include that in the package. Is there anything else that they need to have in their packages when they're trying to submit it to get played on radio?
Well, let me tell you, what you just mentioned is the perfect start. But let me also say this. Artists need to understand. A man like me, for example, I get music every single day. Every day. Right? My Gmail is inundated with songs from all over the world. Now, let me give you an example. Nowadays, it's a common thing. Someone sends you a song. The song is not labeled. The song is labeled audio file A0006596665.
Not WhatsApp.
And I'm like, exactly. And some of it I get from WhatsApp, but some come directly to my Gmail. And I'm saying, okay, so it's not labeled. It's not tagged. You think I'm gonna play a song? And some of the songs, I like them. But guess what? I can't even tell you who the artist is. It makes a difference. People, John Brown made this record as opposed to Genie Sweetness made this record. If it's John Brown made the record and I don't know because it's not labeled, then that's not helping you, is it? Okay, so label your music properly and put label credits, name of the label, name of producer, name of contact.
Contact information, yes.
Simple. So all I'm saying is, let's not make it difficult. You need to identify yourself. Just like if we were talking in real life, I would say, my name is Chris, and you would say, yeah, I'm me name so and so and so. So yeah, label your music. And if it's not labeled, don't send it out because it's gonna get lost.
So
Romy, I think that's something that everybody needs to keep in mind.
Romy Icon said, is there anything that surprises you anymore as it relates to receiving music? Anything surprise you?
Nah, nothing surprises me. I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen it arrive in every different platform, every different, I mean, I'm telling people to this day. Who that?
Is this your classmate?
My brother. My brother, my 40th brother, Kurt Riley.
I didn't want to tell you that he was coming, Dubbmaster, but he came right at the time that you were talking about something that he just said the other day about submitting your music to get it played on radio.
Now,
Kurt, the other day.
Now, Kurt, as a matter of fact, I just saw a post with Kurt complaining about artists and producers not editing their music properly, and then we, the radio disc jockeys, got to go back and, hey, I don't work for you. I'm not going to do it. Sometimes I do if I love the song, and Kurt Riley would tell you, man, I feel love the song, to go back. Because when my program director, Kurt Riley's program director, hears a questionable song, I say, yo, what up? Artist, and me, I gonna lose my job, you know. Or Kurt Riley, I gonna lose his job or get suspended. What you gonna tell me when that happens?
Sorry.
Hey, Bert.
Nobody know. My youth, you don't know what's the thing, go dog. Yo, my youth. Yo, I done.
Yeah?
Well, no, I asked Kurt Riley to come over because I know you guys do the crossover and stuff, but because you know your schoolmates and stuff, and he came at the perfect time, you know, and you guys do the same thing as it relates to, you know, playing for the independents and stuff, but this is an issue right here. So please do not tell them they're trying to stall your career. They holding you back. They hating on you. They won't play it and stuff. They don't know who you are because it's not labeled.
Simple.
Yeah, they have this thing that's been happening for a minute now where I'm gonna send you a new thing. Boom, I send it by WhatsApp. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, though. I'm gonna try and accommodate you. Cool. Bam.
Yeah.
Bring up WhatsApp on my computer. Click download. What's the song name? Audio 000031917. Women, all right, so people, brand new song, it name. All right, let me tell you my name, yeah. Artist name. Audio 00005 MP3. How am I going to tell the people them this? So it's not a case where I can, of course I can go back to the message and find the name of the song and stuff like that, but the weirdest thing, if you know that Hot 97 want a record, you're not going to send them an MP3 and it's the truth. If you know that a major, if you know that a major mainstream global platform that you recognize as the helm, you understand? Where you see all these great superstars go, you're not going to send you're not going to send a song by WhatsApp to get them.
Exactly.
But to be fair, I can't knock them because myself and other DJs make it bad because we spoil them, and it's the truth because we continue been taking it.
Oh.
So them industry is the norm, and nobody really goes to them and say, "Oh my, you know, so really and truly," and I say it's supposed to go still. So what I would know is when them send me to WhatsApp and I like how it sound, I say shoot me an email. You understand? A lot of them don't even know that the quality of the track, the bit rate is also important because you send something that's 192 or 200 and something, and a mainstream radio station is not going to play it because their system is not going to accept it by default because to them is a bad quality.
Right.
So it is either wave or MP3 320, which is the bit rate. So even things like those, them don't know because I feel a bounce is a bounce and send it out. And then now with the editing, now you know you have edit for Jamaica radio and you have edit for outside Jamaica. So case in point, Love Punani Bad will never play in Jamaica, but I hear it on radio in Trinidad.
Right.
You get to me, I say? So
right.
when a guy send out, when a producer or an artist choose to send a radio disc jockey a song in fee, say, yeah man, I'm gonna take out that word. So him take out like take out the word Glock 17 in the head. See? Fine. But they hear the G, get leave, and then they hear the effects of the gunshot. So by the time you hear by the time you hear the next few lines, you figure out, say, oh, a
Yeah,
Glock 17
exactly.
yeah, that is not helping the song. That is not a radio friendly.
Mhm.
You have to take out that whole line.
Radio friendly.
See,
And Kurt Riley, can I stop you for a second, my brother? Here's what I am advocating for right now. Big and serious. Why are these artists so lazy? Yeah, I say. Not for the artists, they're lazy, virgin. Because big and serious now, Kurt. What about if you're serious about your craft? Yeah, look for make money from the business, right? So this is your chosen profession. Is it too hard? Is it too much work for you to make a radio friendly? Forget about our engineer and the producer sweat over the sun. Home if we take out a word that make a radio version of the song. How about that? Stop with the editing.
First thing, Dubbmaster. No engineer and producer. Them not go fret over the editing because to them taking out the word. So the next thing is that I can't even answer that question because I haven't spoken to a lot of them personally to find out if them really take them craft serious. So we can only understand that them take it serious because them in music. I don't have a so what I will try to do is, my thing is this: if I don't have good music or hit music to play, I can't have dead ear, so I don't have a job.
Right.
I can't play nothing, so I have to find the best shit. I mean, the best of the best. The best of
Okay.
Sorry.
No, hold on, Kurt. And that so-called, like a slip a while ago, it's very loud statement where you're just making up. Because you're absolutely right. A lot of it is exactly that.
Yeah, so here what happened. What I do is I reply to them email. I really and truly take the time. And I say, guess what happened? The song really have a vibe, but guess what happened? For it to be played on radio, you have to do this. I still hear the effing fuck. Please take out that word completely. Don't leave question.
Yeah.
Right? And I give them my opinion because really and truly, a lot of them are not familiar with the broadcast regulations, how to treat. A lot of them are not aware that what can play at 9 p.m. beyond cannot be played before 9 p.m. up until 5 a.m. to 9 p.m.
But Kurt,
them really don't know,
Okay, but here's my thing though, right? Genie.
And listen,
this is one of my...
Hold on, I'm not defending them, but it is true. I know for a fact. Them really
No, I know. Agree. But hear me, I said to you, Kurt Riley. You're in a profession.
What you said, profession? Professional?
In every profession, you have amateurs. No, hold on, Kurt. Hear me out. You have amateurs and you have professionals, don't it? You have amateur basketball players and you have professional basketball players. If you're choosing this as a profession, learn the craft. Take time out to learn it. Now, Kurt, hold on. Now, Kurt, you go on the argument to them.
No, I am not.
Hold on. My point. How about, I know the Broadcast Commission in Jamaica had attempted it. And them said, we don't want to hear no song cut out, no song with no cut out of songs. Do a radio-friendly version, change the words, put in a little more time in the studio, and make a radio. friendly version of the song. How about that?
Give me an example of a song that there is a street version and there's a radio friendly version. Give me an example.
Okay, Vibes Cartel.
Which one?
Completely.
You know, says not Cartel edit that song. You know, says
No,
Steve.
no, I know. But
No,
here's my point.
Even is an anomaly because his music is DJ friendly in the way how he edits it and mix it. So you know, you just play it, and the forward is going to come, the drop is going to come because he's a visionary. But one of the best examples I could use and what I tell everybody is Conscience on the Moscato rhythm. The raw says, can I say that here, sir?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. The raw version says, broke off the cock.
Yeah.
And then the radio-friendly version says, broke off my back.
Back. Yeah.
Understand? When him change that line, it just changed the whole narrative of the song.
Yeah.
So the song can play in the supermarkets. The song can play in the malls.
Exactly.
Plazas. It can play in the banks. It can play everywhere.
Yeah.
Where?
And it went
now,
crazy.
Kurt Riley, hold on. Hold on now. No, I want you to say that. You're absolutely right. Now, the song can play everywhere. So now,
you explain to me.
Why wouldn't an artist want to be played everywhere?
Because maybe him go to a country and you love put on bad on the radio and say Jamaica hypocrite and don't give a crap.
But here's my thing, Genie.
Yes.
All the biggest, and this is what we don't understand with enough of our yard artists. All the biggest entertainers in the world, they do radio versions. Right?
Can I ask a question?
All of the Migos, all of the biggest names in rap, you listen to their music, they do, when them drop them raw album, Kanye did it the other day.
Right.
Drake did it the other day.
Yeah.
They drop the raw version and they drop a clean version same time. So what would you tell me now?
So if I can interject right here, if I can just interject, I think that that's what writers are for. And when I speak about radio ready music and I tell you to hire a writer because a writer can do metaphors for you, say, and I talk about saying macaroni and cheese when you're talking about the ushy gushy, you know what I'm saying, the ushy gushy. Say macaroni and cheese because it makes the same sound, right? So you have to hire writers, and that's why everyone has their role in this industry. Stop trying to do everything yourself. Hire writers so that they can do it for you. Invest in your career instead of spending money on the hype and buying views or buying music so that you could hit 6 #1 albums so you really don't have any fans. But you have to invest in your career, which means hiring professionals.
Exactly.
If Dubbmaster Chris or Kurt Riley are producing you and they're gonna do, hey, you have to do this version or whatever, you have to open your ears and listen to what they're saying because they are professionals, not amateurs. And that's part of the issue. Or someone like myself, there are so many, we're project managers, and so we're telling you, okay, where's your clean version? And when we get to, do an email blast, and we're sending music to Dubbmaster Chris and to DJ Kurt Riley, and they're playing on FM radio, they're playing internationally. And when we're talking to you, but you don't want to pay for the services, you don't want to take the different classes that are offered, even they're here on the check-in and they're getting to listen to you guys, but the numbers should be larger because of who you guys are. And they don't come to listen to that. They're not educating themselves. They're not doing research, which is what Dubbmaster Chris said. And that's part of the issue. But hire writers, Tyler Perry, guys. Hire writers. Hire people who are in the different aspects of this culture. And that is the issue right there. You want to be hype. You don't really want to do the work. Hey, Ginger, you don't want to do the work that's going to get you up here. And that's why you guys are here talking about these things and telling them this is the issue. This is the issue right here. I can't play you, but hire writers. There's nothing wrong
Amateurs.
with that.
And here's the thing, Genie. In real life,
Yes, Stacey. Yeah.
in real life, you know, believe it or not, most of the artists, truth be told, they may not need to hire writers. They can't do it. I lazy them lazy.
Okay.
That's all. They're just lazy.
I don't think
Is
I'm not
it lazy though? Is it lazy?
That's what I think. Lack of effort. That's why I'm saying they're amateurs and then they're professionals.
Okay.
If you watch what professionals do, for example, Kurt Riley is a professional.
Yes.
What the audience doesn't see is the hours that he puts in to be a
24/7.
professional. Exactly.
He lives there.
LeBron James puts the hours in. One of the players that we talk about all the time is Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace.
24
They
hours.
put in the hours to be that ultimate professional.
Yeah.
Put in the effort. Make it marketable and make the entire world your marketplace. But when you don't do a proper radio edit, yeah, okay, you're going to get some streams and all of that, and you're comfortable with those numbers.
Alicia More Music said that sometimes you're vibing and you're expressing yourself and you forget to do radio friendly. Shouts out to Stacey,
Which is
a
cool.
woman on the radio, and she's really enjoying this conversation as well because she gets into the same issues with the radio friendly.
Stacey, man, big up yourself. Kurt Riley. So when me have said, yes, you're in a vibe and you're in the studio and you voice the song and you say, yeah, wicked.
Oh, I hate this
Yeah.
you.
And the body's thing. Yes, but now let's not let the producers off the hook. Mr. Producer, when you play back now, I say, yo, yeah man, tune bad. Ready for shot it a road. No, Mr. Producer, Kurt Riley, because you also wear that hat. Mr. Producer, and I'm waiting for your answer, Kurt. But Mr. Producer, you can now say to the artist, my youth, you know, say, tune bad and everything, but it now gonna be able to play on radio. So,
dog, just take out that word, dog. I want that meaning with my name, you know. You see?
exactly.
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 Like I wanted to ask, like when we talk about radio-friendly version, I hear what play on Jamaican radio, and there's not a radio-friendly version for it. Them just take out the word.
Right.
But it play.
Exactly.
It shouldn't play.
It shouldn't play.
Now hear what happened now. When a dancehall producer hear that, and people come tell him, say, you need to edit your song for radio, he might go say, oh no, it's scratches.
So then you only want your music to be played in Jamaica then? You're not trying to have an international appeal?
And to that I say, Kurt Riley, to that I say, again, it's going to be very controversial. Dubbmaster Chris has said, you're now no ambition.
No, it's not a matter of don't have any ambition, but it is difficult to hear, to tell somebody that not to do this when them see other people bigger than them do it, and it work. It's like all right, man.
But does it really work though?
Hold on there.
No.
Do you think?
Is it really working though?
No.
But she rich, Nicki Minaj rich. But it not work. Maybe it not work.
No, but Nicki does versions to everything.
But I am telling you, I don't hear a radio-friendly version to that song, and it play here in Jamaica. That's what I'm saying. Now, what I'm saying is that when an aspiring talent coming up, and I'm here DJ saying, you need a radio-friendly version of your song, blah blah blah, and him hear that song that play upon radio, what you gonna tell him, say?
Me I gonna tell him, sir, do not be stupid and limit your music.
You are not Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, but remember, remember in his brain.
Ambition, man.
Yeah, but remember in his brain, Dubbmaster, in his brain, in their brain.
Yes.
People
and
stars working for them.
Yes, Kurt. Kurt, but guess what?
Them neck. Why should somebody buy it out for him neck? I'm not
But
defending them. But remember,
no. Yeah, I hear you. Kurt, you understand the mindset, you know. And so do I. But hear me, I said though. But me I try to push them out of the comfort zone there. Stop it. It's foolishness. That's the reason why every top rapper, every top artist in music makes radio friendly versions.
You know that you are 10,000% correct, you know. But what I'm saying is this: how you tell the new artists and the new producer to edit them songs?
Tell them.
They play on radio.
Tell them.
But it's playing there. You do not want to be on radio anywhere else, and that's.
You know what's so funny? And let me tell you.
Oh, guys, whoa, slow down. Because him don't travel, him not go nowhere. Him see the song have how much billion views on YouTube.
So
in his brain.
So Kurt Riley.
In his brain.
So
that.
So Kurt Riley.
So
again, you know.
Yo, make a radio friendly version. But Nicki Minaj, now watch them, man. For them think different.
Exactly.
That don't make no sense.
What do you mean?
Makes sense. You're not Nicki Minaj.
What do you mean?
Well, so
Kurt Riley, my brother,
can do it, but DJ iPhone from Jamaica not supposed to do it.
No.
No.
And if you learn that,
no.
You hear how that sound though?
Yeah, it sounds like you have
exactly how it sounds.
No.
I'm not defending them, you know, brother. Don't
I know, Kurt.
You know that, right?
I know that, Kurt. Right. But what I say is, part of the problem is exactly that. We have settled into that comfort zone, and then now, when you say that to the artist, none of them have an attitude. Now, mama, yo, my youth, me I tell you, say, you need to do a clean version. And the reason behind it is simple.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
The reason why I can speak like this, because I understand from different angles.
Right.
Of course. Kurt.
I love dancehall. I really love dancehall. I love my music.
Yes.
And I love soca music too, so I can also be a defender of soca. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Here in Jamaica, you have a name 2 Sapadilla and a 9-inch banana, and that play on radio.
Right.
You have to turn it around and push it back in and that play on radio.
Yes.
You know what I say? But other songs where we have it in a dance can't play on radio, and then
right.
So you understand the hypocrisy. That
yes.
But here what happened though. Here what happened. To be fair, when a soca, let's use the umbrella of soca. When a soca artist does it, that is it's cleverly done. We are not going to say 2 Sapadilla 9. We're going to say balls and dick.
Yeah.
Right. Dick and the
yes.
So
yeah.
How do we help the culture and the system? One way I do it is by example. I'm a producer, brother. That is my contribution. I am a producer. I'm not only a DJ. I am a DJ, a producer, and a consumer. I make the music. I buy music. And I play the music. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I take my time, my personal time. A lot of people don't know this. I spend my own money and fix other people's song, brother.
Of course.
I spend my own money and make engineers do back people's song. I do that.
Of course.
But it's a reality. Am I supposed to do it? No. But guess what happened? If the business of music fail, if we don't have good songs and we don't have hit songs and nice songs that we can play, me not gonna work.
Exactly. And that's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I personally, the only way that I can do this, Dubbmaster and Genie, is every now and again I will take up my phone and I will call him. No, I don't need to call a Birch because Birch understands the laws.
Right.
I don't call a Frankie Music because Frankie Music have the laws. You have other producers that not only know the laws of, no, not laws, the guidelines.
Guidelines.
Right.
It's just guidelines. So guess what happened? They have their own radio DJs that they must say, yo, Chrome, wait till me can play this. Oh, this can make it, and they must say, no, dog, you have to take out that line, you know, because that line there the problem, you know.
Yeah.
How many of them have access to DJs? Brother, it's not all DJs are gonna take up them phone and call up and call it.
Yeah, but Kurt, you still a go round when me I said, don't let them off the hook. Put the pressure on and keep the pressure on. Let them understand, say, it is only for their betterment.
Yeah. Just
But
trying to
Sincere, right? Kurt,
hold on.
sincere.
Hold on. Both of us are doing the same thing. You just are a lion. I mean, it's a house pet with it.
Yeah, but Kurt, why I speak like this is because I'm just tired of it. Because you know what happens? And this is where I don't think it's been presented to a lot of the artists like this. You are limiting yourself.
Yeah.
You limit yourself, brother man. Why would you? All right, put it this way. You mentioned earlier on, we mentioned, for example, in New York City, Hot 97.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to send a song to Hot 97, they're going to try to send it in the most professional manner possible, right, Kurt?
Yep.
Okay, right. So now, so what I'm saying is, for example,
or maybe or maybe by default in them brain, them say them can't send them an MP3 because them they all the way over here. So, but Kurt and Dubbmaster there, man, I have the number. All of WhatsApp, yeah, man.
Okay, and I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. So, but what I'm saying is, you also admitted we broke them bad because we accept it. What we need to do is now set a standard. There's an amateur level, there's a professional level. You see, if you want to be expecting a professional response from professional radio disc jockeys, you want radio play, you have to come up to the professional level. And that means make a radio-friendly song that can be played by everybody. Kurt Riley, you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. Example, Tony Mataran had 2 monster hits that crossed over. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Good as for them and the Dirty Wine.
Yeah.
You know how many different versions they went back and did of Dirty Wine just to make it radio friendly so that it could be consumed by everybody across the board on every radio station across the world.
So we have
around if he's still not getting Dirty Wine checks in the mail. So if you're an artist in the business, you don't want that. You want to limit yourself to this small little sliver of the industry, and you don't want this. Don't tell me that. Every Jamaican artist want the big
They
one.
want it. So we have a question here from an independent artist who's basically saying, okay, we have to educate ourselves, but how? Where do we get that education? Because they said going to the producers are not telling them that, so how are they supposed to know? What me, as a person who does education,
good question.
If I can speak from that side as an executive in this industry, I'm letting you guys know, you see us here on British Linkz, I give the information here. I've done it on my platform, which is, my name is Genie Sweetness, by the way, guys. So I do it on my, google.com is not gonna work, Chester, because it has to be more personal. I do it on the Genie Sweetness Instagram page. I've done it on Clubhouse. I've done it on so many different platforms where I'm giving this information, and you want to make sure that you're working with reputable producers and reputable people, so that when you ask a question, they're going to answer. Kurt Riley said, "There go his stuff." So he said he's a reputable producer that you can work with, but you want to work with those who are reputable. But I educate all the time. I do consultations. I'm talking to you. All the information is there for me, and I make myself available so that I can talk to you guys. So I think it's with who you work with, and they're the ones who are going to educate you, but you cannot get it on, no, but Alicia, they're right here, right? They're right here. And then I told you that I'm here also. So I hear everything that you're saying, but you're looking at 3 different professionals here who are giving you this information, not charging you for it. And you could go back and watch this if you go on BritishLinks.com, and we're putting the information there. So the information, you know, is there coming from, you know, us, and taking the time to do that. And I actually am Kurt Riley, Jambian Music's project manager, so he can tell you what it's like working with me, because I go hard. I go super hard, and I'm like, Kurt Riley, where's the credits? Where's the metadata? Where's this? Where's that? And
Exactly.
So you have to work with people who are like that.
I am more gruesome than that, because I go as far as,
well, he cusses and he chat patois, which I don't, so it's a little harder.
But I have to go now because I have a mixing session now, a recording session.
Okay, baby. Thank you for coming in, Kurt Riley. Thank you.
For DJs, you can send me a music and I can share my opinion. Send it to DJ Kurt Riley 876@gmail.com. All right. Spell my name
Kurt
correctly.
Riley.
War is on, Dubbmaster. I think someone forget.
Which war, man? I know war with you. Go ahead.
War is on. Tomorrow. Cool.
All right, cool.
You guys can check him out on the Bridge 99 FM, and of course, he and Dubbmaster Chris, they do a crossover, so you might catch them, you know, talking to each other on their actual radio shows. Dubbmaster, I wanted to surprise you with that, and can I just tell you again, he came at the perfect time. He came at the perfect time, because I think that you just have to drive that home, because I keep telling people, you are here for the music, you're here for them, but they need to hear the passion that you have when you're talking about that, so they can understand how frustrated you are, that you're just trying to help them out, trying to help them get to the next level, and they're kind of fighting you, you know, and
yeah,
I'm so happy you're sticking with me. Wait. You are doing some productions, Dubbmaster. All
right, so before we touch on that, Gene, let me just say this, and I know people have questions, obviously. And you offer the fact that, you know, you give out free information all the time. But people, let me just say this. Nowadays, it's different, because there is no one set route to where you want to get to. Nowadays, the internet has changed the landscape. So there's no, all right, just do this and follow that path and you're going to get to where you want. No, you have to cover all the bases. Now, what we're here to tell you is, what we're here to say to you is this: you got to source the information from everywhere. There is no shortage of information and people to get the information from. I talk to people all day, every day. But the internet is a good place to start. But what I'm saying to you is, if you're an artist in this business, if you're a producer in this business, learn the business of the business.
Amen.
You must learn the business of the business.
Yep.
Because if you don't learn the business aspect of it, you will always lose.
Yep.
Now, again, I just bring it back to such a basic thing. And I've said this and used this example countless times. A lot of people who know LeBron James, for example, will tell you one of the reasons why LeBron is as great as he is not just his physical talent. He has educated himself on the business of his profession, which is basketball. Amen. He is one of the most brilliant students of basketball. He studies and studies, and he goes back in the archives and watches all the old greats all the old tapes of the old greats,
Yeah.
and he takes what he can from every one of them to add to his portfolio.
Right.
Makes him have more information than the average guy. So
Right.
when you hear his teammates say things like he's like a coach on the field,
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason why, because he has armed himself with the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the things I used to tell a lot of Jamaican artists, right? They were doing all these behind the music shows. And I'm talking about top music artists
Mm-hmm.
from every genre. R&B, pop,
Mm-hmm.
rock, you name it. Go back, go watch all of them.
Watch it.
Because there are gems in those stories. When you see the history of, for example, groups like the Temptations, you can learn from that dynamic
Absolutely.
if you're in a group.
Absolutely.
Now, as a solo artist, go back and watch the history of the greats. That way you will learn not to make a lot of those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there is no one place to go. The internet
A lot of different.
has so much information. Start there. Try to talk to as many professionals in the industry as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to marketers, people like Genie, people who know the business side of the business.
Mm-hmm.
This is the music business.
Yep.
Don't think it's all music. It's business. And it's more business than it is music.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've proven that, don't it? We have
Amen.
proven
Yeah.
a lot of music becomes super successful.
Mm-hmm.
If songs become super hits, and sometimes you can say, "Oh, that song is not all that,"
Right.
because they're handling the business. So let me just say this before I got to go. Also,
I know.
yeah. Before I go, so let me also say this. My artists and producers, because producers think that their job, a lot of times, some of the young producers, they think their job is so easy. Yes, but you have to learn the business. Understand the mechanics. It's not just the analytics, how many streams I got this month. Find out about the business side of things.
Amen.
And let me also say this. Why limit your market? Please, people, just think, brother, reggae music is loved across the world.
Yes.
Why would you want to eliminate access to a market because you didn't mix the song properly? You didn't master the song properly. If you're a professional, you have to do those professional things.
That's right.
Mix it properly. Spend the money and the time. Master it properly.
Right.
If a disc jockey plays a song and the quality of the production or the mastering is not up to par, he's never going to say nothing to you, 99% of the time, he's not going to say it to you, the producer, or to the artist. He's just never going to play that song.
Nope.
So do yourself a favor. Study what it takes to be a professional. To be a professional, they're amateurs and they're professionals. You want to be a professional? Watch what the professionals do and follow suit. Every major artist in music, they do radio-friendly music. Now, I understand there are going to be, from time to time, there are going to be songs that you don't care because it's just the vibe and the energy of that song. But most songs, you're going to want people all around the world to hear your song.
Yeah.
And when you don't do radio-friendly versions, you are limiting your market.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you're limiting your money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about money for me, but I'm just telling you,
Mm-hmm.
you're limiting your scope. your audience that you could possibly reach, you're limiting that by being lazy. Yeah, I want those words to sink in. Understand the assignment, people. The assignment is you want to reach the world. And you can't reach the world if you're only doing a hardcore street version of every song. I've had too many arguments, Genie, with producers and artists. Artists go and say to me, boy, I'm in business with radio, you know. Really? So if you're not business with radio, what you're also saying, radio shouldn't business with you. And if radio don't business with you, you know what that means? You have just cut yourself off from millions and millions and millions of people who could be your potential fans.
Absolutely. Yes.
That makes sense? That can't make sense. Now, I don't want to say it, but that does sound kind of foolish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could use the word. It does sound kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. Just put in the work. Make a little extra effort. When the rest of the team go practice and gone home, Kobe Bryant is still in the gym, still shooting shots. That's what made him great. Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Steph Curry, all of them will tell you the same thing. They put in extra effort and it shows, and they see the fruits of their labor. You want to be a professional? Play and practice and train like a professional.
Amen. Amen. Oh, I'm like clapping. That's the clap.
So Genie, I gotta go.
I know, baby. Thank you so much, Dubbmaster, Dubby. Thank you so much. You know, just for that.
You're welcome.
And for your conversation with Kurt Riley. It's gonna cut off anyway. Thank you, baby. And
yeah, British Linkz, big up. Roman, yes. Big up. And I'll be back to talk about my productions and stuff that I got coming out. We'll do that another time. All right, Julie?
Okay, baby. See you later.
All right.
You guys, I hope that you all have received as many gems as I did here, speaking with Dubbmaster Chris. You know, he gave us a lot to listen to. He gave us a lot to listen to, and I am not joking when I tell you guys, and you heard his passion when he was talking about it, because he is here for you, the independence, and he talked about making sure that you get that. Where is your radio ready music? Where is it? And that, oh, you hit the X in the top right corner of your screen, Dubbmaster. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so you guys heard that. He said, of course, that he'll come back, because I did want to tell you guys that, you know, that he's going to be, you know, putting his productions together and stuff, which we're going to, you know, talk to him as a producer next time. Shouts out, of course, to the Glam Baby, who made a couple of appearances there. But we are here. We are here for you guys. This is what the British Linkz family is doing. We are here for you. Make sure that you are hitting up BritishLinkz.com so that you can receive the information. We're not just here for music. We're here to push the culture forward in a positive light. Of course, the check-in is here twice a month. Twice a month. We got 20 seconds. I'm on my way out. Twice a month, of course. Our next guest will be on Monday, November 8th. That is Emilio. Emilio Sounds will be speaking with him. The check-in is designed to give you guys an insight to your favorite dance hall tastemakers and what it is.